What's up, guys and gals? A mighty hi-do unto you as we come back to craft the world after a long hiatus. I was thinking about that today while I was walking across campus. How awesome would it be if in dwarven culture, your greeting was the same thing as your battle cry? Like when the dwarves talk to each other, they're like, hi-do, but when they go to fight enemies, they're also like, hi-do! Like they do the same thing in both cases. That would be the symbol of a badass culture. In the last episode, we had done a little bit of dungeon diving, and we had talked about the possibility of maybe ironing out some of these locations, making them a tad more comfortable. However, as of right now, I'm having trouble remembering what we were working on last time, simply because I'm all done with my finals right now. That is the good news. I am all finished with my finals. The side effect of that is that I haven't recorded anything in over a week and a half right now. That's right, I have been pre-recording like crazy. So this is probably one of the first times you're gonna see a video uploaded the day after I recorded it, or a day or two after I recorded it. Let's see what we have going on down here. I'd also like to take a look at my crafting tree and figure out what's going on with it. I don't even remember what we were working towards anymore. It was probably better armor. That seems to be a good thing to move towards. Oh, we have wall skin rug. Oh, it was the needle. That's what it was. We needed a needle, and I know exactly where to get a needle from now. The kind folks up on the Craft the World's forums informed me that little fuzzy, nasty-looking guy that we saw earlier, this little dude right here, these drop the needles. So let's see if we can't find a way to get down there and mess with him. I'm gonna open up a portal. Ah, we have a portal timer now. I'm gonna flag him for murdering. And I hope he's not as tough as I think he might be. Okay, good. He's not as tough as I thought he might be. He's definitely a weenie. So after we stab him to death, he appears to be trying to gum my door. Oh, they give you a bunch of needles. Okay, I'll take that as well. While we're down here, we might as well iron out some of this sand, I think. I do like that they added the portal timer. That's new. So they have patched the game slightly since the last time that I played. Let's have a look at the remainder of our forces. Alright, so they're all messing around over here. We are going to have to deal with this little piece of nastiness here in a bit. I don't really know how to deal with this. I've never fought these guys before, so this is going to be somewhat of a blind battle for me. A battle fought with one hand over my face with the other emulating an elephant tusk. But have you guys ever had an elephant war? So what you do is you take your palm and you put it in the middle of your forehead, or you plug your nose if you want it to be really humorous. And once you do that, your arm has created a crook. You put your other hand through that crook and you wave it around like an elephant, and that's an elephant battle. I don't know if other people did that when they were kids, but I still do it as an adult. That's how I handle all of my disputes with my friends. I'm like, elephant battle, let's do it. Hoo-ha! Hi-do! And then we have an elephant battle. And that's pretty much the way things go. We're about to lose a dwarf, aren't we? Our dwarves are just, they are not doing what I need them to do right now. Hopefully this guy with the mace here, he will completely and totally finish off. That has a lot of zombies, though. It's partially my fault for not really paying attention to how many zombies there were running around below my base. That's a little horrific. Let's place a ladder here so that we can get at some of this iron, too. Alright, so now that that's down, we do need to assign some of these little idiots to go rest, because they're looking a little bit battered. And not in the good way. I prefer, when my things are battered, I want them to be like shrimp. I think I've made that joke before. I'm recycling material. No! We're going back to using stuff that's already been done. My apologies, guys. Well, I'm not sure. I could be recycling. I may be able to retract that. I'm going to tell some of these dwarves to go rest. Let's have a look at some of these cats. They're pretty beat up. I'll tell them to go catch a night-night nap. You ever go night-night? Let's see here. Kevin Hart is one of my favorite comedians. I don't know if I have ever mentioned that in a video before, but that is absolute truth of the Splattercat. He could also use a little bit of rest. Do we not have enough equipment to go around? Let me look at my dwarves here. I never equipped my dwarves. I'm feeling a little woozy right now. Let's see here. We'll get that. And then we've also got some iron pickaxes. What? God, this is like Christmas for me. I forgot what kind of cool stuff that I had already. Alright, so we've got a bunch of guys with maces, and once we get a few more, we'll probably assign them, oh, I don't know, to use, we need a couple more guys with bows, that's for sure. Let's equip him with some armor. He's already got a little kettle hat. a wooden kettle hat. We'll give the last one to him, and then we need some more armor for everybody. He comes with a vest, which, if you're in a sci-fi world, is a sign of badassery. It's definitely your vest quality. It's called the Han Solo principle. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but the Han Solo principle dictates that the more leg holsters and the more vests you have, the cooler you are. It's sort of like the pauldron theory, which runs in Warhammer 40k. The more pauldrons you have, the better you are, or the more hats you wear, the cooler you are. Same thing, it runs across all of them. We want to be careful of that sand, but then I also want that gold out of the walls, so I'm going to try and get myself some gold. I'd also like to grab as much iron during this excursion as we can fit in. And then we should be under assault now that it's nighttime. So we very likely want to figure out where the enemy's coming from. Although my initial eyeballing is not showing anything to be coming at us, bro. I'm gonna speed up the gameplay for just a second. We'll go 1.5. We're gonna go like warp 2 here, Mr. Sulu. And then let's get going with this rug so that we can make ourselves some leather armor, which would move us into the future. I swear this leather looks like Tamagotchi poo to me, but what do I know? I didn't design the game. Let's make a wall rug. There we go, a wall rug. And we can hang the wall rug up somewhere. I don't know if they need to craft it. They probably do. We'll see if somebody jumps to action to create the wall rug. Anybody? Let's see if it's him. No? Okay, well, that's fine. If it gets crafted, it gets crafted. Let me check my inventory first. Oh yeah, it did. It just got crafted. Let's place that somewhere, because having furs on your wall, that's a very manly decoration. There we go. We'll put it right there. Maybe it'll raise our comfort a tiny bit. I also want to start building above ground, but I'm just not feeling in the mood for it right now. We're going to continue running the way that we are. And I will apologize that this video isn't going up in 1080p. I did want to explain that. The game, it still letterboxes when I put it in 1920 by 1080. It still letterboxes the sides. So I think the game just doesn't have a lot of resolution support right now. That's okay. Other people on YouTube are getting theirs to go full screen, so maybe I'm just ignorant. That's always a possibility. I may be ignorant of the methods needed. What else do we need? So now we can make leather chesticles, or chest pieces. Oh, no we can't. We gotta wait till that's deployed. Deploy the fur. Dwarf, deploy the fur. I command it. Dwarves. Do not upset me, dwarves, or I will say hi-do unto you in the most aggressive of ways. It shall be a mighty hi-do. Not a hi-do of greeting, a hi-do of smiting. Is that out of your reach somehow? Or does it need to be crafted and then placed, I wonder? Either way, there's an excess of snoring going on right now. There's nothing worse than somebody that snores when you're trying to fall asleep. Oh, it's so awful. I snore when people are trying to fall asleep, so I'm just trying to let you know that if you've ever been in a geological campsite with like 12 other dudes, there will be so much snoring going on. Just bring earplugs. That's my recommendation. Just bring some earplugs. Ooh, there's some free beds down here. They might be a wee bit soggy and soiled, but they definitely look free, and you can't complain about free stuff. Nobody complains about free stuff other than a free ass whooping. I'd complain about a free ass whooping in a heartbeat. So we've placed that there. We want to see what our needle supply is going to look like. Let's go ahead and run some of these guys off, although I don't want them engaged in combat. It is disappointing that we have to deal with this so frequently. But then again, the pacing of the battle seems okay. So we'll kill that guy off. There we go. So we've gotten a few more resources. Where are these gentlemen going? This is going to solve our... We're under attack again. Where are we under attack from? Oh, another little smoky, kitty, weird plague guy. I don't know. They look like they're wearing the plague masks from the bubonic plague from medieval times. I don't know. It's the impression that I get. Not to quote the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones too vigorously. Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, I like you. Please don't sue me for quoting your music. I would appreciate it. Let's find out. Let's find out what they want over here and what they've been trying to grab. Because I am really quite curious. It's that leaf right there or something. Watch. It's going to be something completely asinine. Nope. Okay, well, what are we collecting? It's the apples and the wood and the water. So you'll remember in a previous episode, I talked about having problems. Oh, he just re-pathfinded on his own. The developers are my heroes. Developers, I love you so much right now. The fact that you patched that in between here and the last time I played makes me just want to give you a big ol' Splattercatty hug and just rumble for you. I just want to purr all over you. And please, take that in the most loving way possible. The most loving way possible. I appreciate developers that take... I'm not going to say it's my fault that they did that. I'm not going to give myself that sort of a lofty pedestal. But what I will say is that the fact that they've added that means that they're talking to the community, because other people have raised that complaint too. Maybe I should put in a few more teleports down here. How about that? Yeah, let's put a teleport in. There we go. A couple of teleports. We got plenty of manners. Hey, I didn't want to put that down right there. Oh well. Hopefully that'll give us enough time to do the remainder of our hauling. So while things are being hauled, I'm going to try not to get our dwarves mauled, but we do need to kill off some of these boars to get some more leather. Let's take a look at what the requirements are going to be to create some leather armor. And it's going to be a rope, which we don't have. Do we? Oh, we do have some ropes. Okay. And the ropes were made out of the wool that you get from sheep. And then 2 leathers. So we are going to need more leather, and we're going to need to do some sheep slaughtering as well. Let's flag both of those for killage. We'll flag that. I wish there was a way that I could generate wool a little bit more effectively. But in the absence of that possibility, or in lieu of that possibility, we'll just kill what we get in between here and there, and hopefully we'll kill off that little guy too. We need him the hell out of the way so that we can get some more needles. Nice. Alright, and so let's keep an eye on how the combat's going to be going over here on the right side. I almost said the left side of the map, but I know my right from my left. He's going to be shooting boars with a bow. And he can't really decide which boar he wants to shoot. So he's going to be doing some alternative boring. That dwarf's going to tank and beat that pig to death. That pig is attacking with his ass right now. Look, his health is going down. He is fart battling. He is farting my dwarf to death. That or his tail is incredibly dense and we just don't know it yet. That could be the the more mature explanation. He's not farting my dwarfs to death. He's just got a really crazy stegosaurus tail. This is the most inefficient fight I have ever seen a dwarf take part in. I'm trying to come up with some kind of metaphor there, but it's just inefficient. There's nothing else to say about it. Let's drop another portal right there so that people can get around a little bit more effectively. How are these portals doing over here? Have we collected everything? No, everything is not collected. However, we do have a problem over here with this kind of granular block. Who's at low health? What? Who's a what's a huh? Where? Somebody's at low health that I'm not knowing about. I admire your go-getter spirit, dear dwarf, but your method definitely needs some work. I suppose, now that nightfall is here, we're gonna have to have all of our dwarves pull back to the main base location. Eventually, he will presumably kill off that pig. Let's exit out that control right there, and we will drop a portal just to make his life... I tried to right-click the portal off, and it doesn't love me like that. It just wants to be friends. Them feels. It's okay. I'll accept being friends for now. These guys are all sleeping and getting themselves into better shape. These guys over here are getting into a crazy zombie battle. That's cool. Down he goes. We do have a lot of fruit plants over here, although I would like to pick up a bit more meat because we need to refill these platters. The platters in our base are very empty. You'll see here they've eaten up most of the food. So let's have a look at our cooking supplies here. And the meat is right there. So for the grilled meat, we want to be able to cook. So we need some more coal. We'll jump into our raw materials menu. We'll throw the coal in there. Throw that in there. Oh yeah, you can autofill. You guys had mentioned that in the past. Unfortunately, there's only one thing in each of these recipes, so, you know, you get what you get. And we're just going to have them cook up a crazy amount of steak. I love steak. I say that every time, but every time I play a video game, for example, I will give you an example. Every time I play a video game, it influences my nutritional habits. So when I played Lord of the Rings Online a lot, I ended up eating eggs and onions all the time because I was always looting eggs and onions in that game, and they sounded delicious. Every single time I was like, that sounds like it would totally hit the spot right now. I'm gonna go make some scrambled eggs with onions thrown all up in them, and it is gonna be delicious. Now then, once he kills off that sheep, we need a bit more wool for ropes. There we go. And so they drop only 1 wool per kill. Hopefully we can get a lot of ropes out of that. Let me go back to my crafting menu. And ropes are in one of these menus. I don't know which. They're around here somewhere. There they are. So ropes are going to cost us 1 wool. Let's go on over to the raw materials menu, and we can make 10 ropes. Cool. That's going to keep us stacked to make some leather armor. So let's go back to the equipment menu. We'll get leather armor queued up. And then once that's all ready to go... Let's see here. I'm losing my train of thought. My train is rapidly running off the rails. We're going to need leather material. There it is. And we can just autofill that, and then we'll take the ropes. And how many of these do we need? Well, we've got 7 dwarves, so let's presume that we need to make... Oh, it costs too many. That's okay. We can murder some more pigs. Pig slaughter. Those are, by my estimation, going to need to be crafted, so that could take a little bit of time. In fact, we may not see... Let me check my equipment menu one more time, make sure that all my dwarves have implements of death that are appropriately allocated. We have a lot of wounded people around. He's making the steaks. So in just a moment, we'll assign more people to go get a nap, get themselves into a better mood so that they're not declaring high-do on all of their neighbors in a negative. We can call it a negative high-do. The high-do juxtaposition. There it is. That's the terminology right there. If we were going to write ourselves a paper, yeah, the high-do juxtaposition. He is running over here somewhere. Luckily, he decided to sprint away from the zombie rather than stand there and fight it. We'll give him a new portal since all the other ones are diminishing. And are there more materials over here? There are. So let's deploy a final one over there so that they can get at those resources a little bit easier. Over here we have a battle going with both the pig and the zombie. The zombie's about to burn up though, so forget the zombie. We don't even need to worry about him right now. And there he goes. He is now spontaneously combusted, and he is out of our hair. And believe me, we have a lot of hair. This is a dwarf fortress, so we have a lot of hair for him to get into. And so down goes that piggy. Give us a little bit more meat, a little bit more leather. Hauling seems to be going at a very inefficient rate. I do very much wish that it was going faster. Let's track down. I'm going to hit the F1 key here and slow down the action. We're going to start selecting dwarves. We're going to tell them to go to bed. I think he was already going to bed. That's okay, though. You can never be too sure. Sometimes the dwarves do dumb stuff. We've discussed this already. However, the developers do seem to be showing a huge amount of attention to the fact that the AI does some disagreeable things. Every time I play the game, there's new stuff that my dwarves are doing, and I do like that. Put another portal in there, just in case there's stuff to haul. And let's do a quick head count of all the equipment that we've got. Ooh, there's another one right there. Let's kill him off because we need his wool. Now, with the armor... Oh, we didn't even need to craft it. Okay, I thought they might have to go to the blacksmith or something. So there it is. What are we getting out of this leather armor? What are the stats on this thing? Let's have a look. 4 armor, so that's much, much better than the armor they're already wearing. We need to get our guys some shoes, too. They're walking around all hairy-footed and nasty all the time, and I do not approve. We're trying to make a civilization here, not just a random hovel. What is he doing? He's got full health. He's cooking food. Well, I'm feeling reasonably okay about our work here right now. I don't see too many things that are leaping out at me and grabbing me as immediately necessary, so it's taking them quite some time to clean up all of this stuff. Let's have a look at our stocks. I mentioned that in the past. Let's figure out how much wood we have. We have planks. We have a ton of dirt. Then again, that's every crafting game. What crafting game doesn't leave you with just an ass ton of dirt? We've got a reasonable amount of wood. We've got silver. We've also got some iron ore. We've got some stone. Okay, things aren't looking too bad. Got zombie brains. I don't know what we're going to use those for. We got some water, resin, coin. We can't spend the coin because on this map it doesn't appear as though the vendor... Oh, the vendor is open now. Cool. That's another thing that's changed. What can we buy from him? We can get some ingots. With regards to equipment, what can we get our hands on? Oh, we can get like what is that? A mithril axe? Damn, son. We can get some iron swords, a yataghan. Wow, there's a lot of equipment here. That's an impressive array. A silver helmet, steel, a golden helmet, the mithril helmet. Nice. And the prices aren't really that bad, all things considered. We've got 30 coins. Can I sell my stuff to him to get more, or is that the bottleneck? That's probably the bottleneck. You can buy pine cones just in case you want to be sadistic and force your dwarves to eat pine cones for the rest of the day. I'm going to speed the game back up because I don't feel like useful things are happening right now. Let's get all of our hauling done very, very rapidly, and from there we'll reevaluate where we want to go with this episode. Now, obviously we want to go down. Down is the direction, so I think our next goal is going to be to clear out this little cave right here, but in order to do so, what I'd like to do is acquire weaponry. These things look, they're colored red, guys. They're colored red. And anything that's colored red in a video game could potentially be very, very damaging to us. Aside from cherries, those give you points. And I guess anything else is red colored that gives you points. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Is all of our hauling done? No, let's put in a new portal. There's nothing left to haul over there. We're under attack. Oh, there's a new goblin fort. That would be the problem. Alright. Well, let's back off for just a second, since our new goblin fort is going to provide us with a new string of problems. I'd like to jump into my equipment menu then. Let's equip everybody with leather that will have it. So there's a leather jacket. There's a leather jacket. Hey, everybody's looking a bit more fawns-like. Okay. Let me have a look at my crafting menu now, and we'll figure out how much leather we have left. We have 8 leather. In that case, let's consider making a few more of these. On my craft tree, where am I at right now on my craft tree? We're at leather helmet. Okay, so leather helmet might be nice too. Leather helmet takes iron though, so let's get everybody armored first. Unless the leather helmet, yeah, it only gives 2, whereas I think wood gives 2. Yeah, we're doubling, so the helmet's going to be on the back burner for now. We definitely want to get people suits of armor first, though. So let's do that. Let me drag and drop these into position, and then we'll put the rope right there. There we go. So more leather armor. I think I accidentally gave everybody a bonus suit. Or gave our stockpile a bonus suit, but that's okay. Because every now and again, they give you a new dwarf anyways when you level up. So the extra one will go straight to the new guy. Now then. Everybody is equipped appropriately. I'm happy with everybody's equipment. I do want to get all iron gear. I do wish that I could sell some of this stuff too. But what can I say about it? I'm going to select him. Okay, he's going to sleep already. He's choosing a logical action, which is very good. Now that we've got armor, I want to take a look and see how much damage we're able to front with the enemy. It looks like the combats are going to be a little bit more smooth and in our favor. People on the forums had mentioned that the goblins are no longer a major threat once you've got leather armor, and that does seem to be the case. So we've verified that myth as being fact, and the goblins got rounded out right there. The goblins definitely learned not to mess with us in that case. This poor little guy over here has been trapped on the other side in enemy lines. So he's going to have his own little combat experience. Please kill that goblin before you run away. I am really begging you. No, you're going to leave him with an 18th. You're going to leave him with 3/18ths of a heart. I wanted to have a really, really specific fraction right there, but I just couldn't think fast enough. What are we doing? Oh, that's right. I've got to drag and drop the food. So let me go into my crafting menu, and this is going to be the last thing we do for the episode. Let me grab my food. Grilled meat continues to be crafted. And let's restock these tables. There it is. So now everybody can dine to their delicious delight. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Craft the World. I hope you're still enjoying the series. I like this game very much. We've had a very, very good holiday season with regards to the indie games being released, and it is my pleasure, as always, to be your host as you join me. I will see you guys tomorrow in the next episode, and take care out there, everybody.